Here's one of those full frontals that you know I love. Not. Hello. It's Saturday the 8th of September. It is. It's Saturday the 8th of September. I'm not going to even cut and start again. I'm going to roll with this. I've had 8 days off. I've been on a course and it's probably one of the toughest mentally courses that I've been on. It's probably ever. I suppose when I'd done my EDH way back when I was at sea, that was really tough. Efficient deckhand certificate that you needed, and after 3 years you become an AB, which is an able-bodied seaman. But you needed your EDH first after doing 1 year at sea, yada yada yada. And the theory for that was quite tough. The theory I've done this week, and oh mate, honestly, I'm studying now because I'm sitting the exam on Friday a week yesterday, so 6 days time, and it's to do with becoming a professional drone pilot. I'm just going to put it out there. I was going to keep it to myself until I qualified, but I haven't been online for over a week, and I know a lot of your local guys who do follow me will be wondering where I am and what's going on, so that's what I've been up to. I'll share everything with you guys. That's what vlogging's about. And the course, it's expensive, and you all know that if I don't work I don't get paid, so it's like I paid twice the amount of anyone else on that course that wasn't getting paid, so to speak. I could have put holiday in, but I didn't, because I've got a little bit in the bank saved up to do this. I knew it was coming. I've kept it to myself for ages, but yeah, I would like to do that. I would obviously keep my trucking going, and any jobs that came up, people who are wanting things done, site surveys, gimmicky weddings, country home estates, anything, absolutely anything. And if you want to profit from it, you have to have your certificate, which is a CAA approved PFCO. And once you've got that, that basically means you are qualified to earn money doing it. You get Joe Blogs down the pub that'll do you a few photographs for you for the wedding, and that breaking the law, unfortunately. And there's so much into it. It's the amount of work that I've had to do this week. I swear you wouldn't believe us if I told you. I've got the book here. I'm studying and studying. Like you've got your maps and things like that. That's air navigation charts and all that malarkey, and well, all your flight restriction zones, air laws, all these insane like your insurance. The air laws is what's getting this, like, you know, it's quite a lot to take in. The maps as well, but I think I'm going to be okay with the maps. It's the air laws I'm going to be struggling a little bit. Well, if you haven't done things like this for many years, you know, you kind of tend to forget, but so much work to do. Anyway, so I've had 8 days out of the truck, 7 days out of the truck. This is day 8 when I put the card in. I'm at Paradise Foods doing locals. It's like I say, it's Saturday, and it was an 8 o'clock start, and the usual malarkey ran me last night. Can you do 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock? Yeah, no problem. So I got down to work for 8:45. Truck and trailer all there, great. Hook on straight down to Paradise Foods in Gateshead to drop off some returns. So many pallets of returns, and I can't see what's wrong with them. I really can't. Apparently the truck broke down, so maybe it was the fridge that broke down or something, and they didn't realise, and it failed the temperature, which okay, but I've just handballed them all off. That was a good first day back, physical work, which is good. And there was, I think, 15 pallets to take off the back to get binned. All Sainsbury, all expensive, massively expensive, thousands of pounds worth of gear there just binned. Just one of the many things that winds me up about this industry, unfortunately. Waste, the food waste. Do you remember when I used to do Billingham, the tomatoes and that, and there was skip after skip after skip full of tomatoes, and I couldn't see what was the matter with them, and all I could think of was all the sauces and the soup and things like that that people could be making with them. But who am I? Just a driver. You don't even have a name in this industry, you're just called driver when they shout at you. Ugh. Anyway, down at Paradise at the moment. I waited nearly an hour and a half to get in to get emptied, and they've told me I'm bringing a load back up to the back to the yard. So I'm here, that's fine, no problem at all. I'm going to crack on with my studies. I am struggling, I'm not going to lie. On the course with me were some amazing guys. The guys that took the courses were like absolutely superb, lovely people, thoroughly enjoyable, an awful lot to take in a short period of time. A lot of the guys that are on the course with us, they're doing it. You know, there's a guy at the end, he had 50 odd drones and he makes his own, and he's a site surveyor and all this, and got a pilot on the course, you know, an instructor pilot on the course as well, you know. And amazing ex-army guy. Well, he's not ex-army, he's still in the army, he's got 3 years left, and he's looking to go into this industry. And a smashing guy who I sat with on my right, I could talk to him all day and all night. He works doing documentaries, and he works for science projects and things like that. He's all over the world. You basically drop him off on a boat somewhere and he does all his photography. He's a professional photographer. He won Photograph of the Year last year in that category, you know, which is huge. I've seen the photographs, fantastic photograph, and lovely. And going down the line, you know, the guys, all of them very, very experienced. And then there's Trucker Steve sat amongst them all. I was like, what am I doing here? But you know what? I'm not far off. So I've got to sit my exam on Friday, and we'll see what happens. And after I've completed that, if I pass the exam, I then have to submit an operations manual, which can be as complicated as you like or as simplified as you can get away with, shall we say. And basically it's, if you're working for yourself, say, you have to make sure that you have everything in place, you know, like your health and safety. You have to make sure that you do your recce and you identify dangers, flight restrictions in that area. There's a thing called NOTAMs, notice the airmen that you're going to make sure on that day that you're flying there's nothing, you know, you're not in the middle of an air display or a firework display or anything, or any kind of interference. I can go on and on with these big words that I didn't know a few days ago, so there you go. I am getting stuff and it is sinking in, but oh my god. And once I've submitted that to the CAA, which is the Civil Aviation Authority, if they approve it, I then get invited along to do a flight exam. You basically go to a secret location, I won't tell you where it is. I believe you have to do your assessment of that area to make sure there's nothing around that could be a problem. I know the rough area where it is, and Newcastle Airport is only 2-3 miles away from it, so that'll be my first thing I'll be putting down as a potential hazard, a danger hazard. we'll fly below their height anyway. We fly maximum of 400 feet. 400 meters, should I say, not feet. And if I do all that, you've got to do certain manoeuvres. I've got quite a decent drone now. You do some photography. I take a shot of something, probably a selfie of yourself with the examiner, who happens to pretend that he's also a client, and he's like wanting to take, can I have a go, and all this, you know, as I do. So it's good. It's a really tough course, really enjoyable course. Not tough for some, tough for me, I'm not going to lie. But as long as I study more and more and more this week, I'm in the right job for that. The amount of sitting around I'm going to be doing. If I'm doing Scotch all this week, I'm doing Monday to Thursday Scotch. So if I'm stuck at Tesco's, it's a bit awkward pulling my paperwork out and studying. So I'm condensing a lot of it down now. What I know I need to be, so like at the moment, I've got charts and grid references and ordnance surveys and air navigation charts and things like that. That's what I've got in my little black book that I can be looking discreetly. I can also make sure I've got stuff on my phone to look at as well. There's no help online. There's help for you to learn how to read charts and things like that, but you don't get the answers. It's very good. It is very closed in. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it. But it could be a really, really, really good business to get into. Everyone knows I love doing my editing. I think I love editing more than I do talking. Although you wouldn't believe that, the amount of times I rabbit on about nothing, but I love sitting doing the editing. I love looking at what I've done and then seeing what I can make with it. That's the music for me, like. So I'm not going anywhere, and I've not been, I'm not off this site at all, because I'll still be doing this. I'll still be keeping my hand in. I have a long way to go yet before I can actually try and make a business out of it. There's a lot of people doing it, and what they're doing is part-time. They've still got the full-time job, and they fit around their work, whereas I've got a lot more flexibility as well. So we'll see where this leads me. Yet another path. But yeah, I've had stuff going on, like a bit of a health scare and things, and I need to tone this down a little bit, shall we say, just not too much, but and doing something else that I love. The videography would be amazing. So any of you guys out there, by the way, you're needing somebody, you know me because of my channel, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you if you want any work, any videography, anything, any surveys, any weddings, any aerial photography, anything, any events, anything like that. Just give us a holler. We'll network. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to end this one on, I've got 1 million views last night on one of my vlogs. 1 million. I couldn't believe it. I knew it was coming, the way it was rolling on, and I'm like, oh my god. And then last night, put this down, put my paperwork down, and I'm like, sat with the other half, and I was like, oh my god, done it. Because we had a little laugh a couple of weeks ago. I'm nearly at 5,000 subscribers, which is just crazy. Thank you. Anyone who hasn't subbed, whack on the sub button, go for it. You don't have to click notifications, but subscribing would be fantastic. A little bit of support, a bit more support. But I'm nearly 5, so my wife Karen was saying, I wonder what you'll get first, up to 5,000 or the million hits. And I went, oh, 1 million hits, no problem. And I was right. Shame I didn't bet on it. Damn. Anyway, so there you go. That's it. I keep looking at the light. It's still on green. It's not even got on red yet. But you get in that habit of, it's like watching a game of tennis, talking to you, looking at you. Anyway, okie dokie, karaoke. Message. Never good. Oh. Ah, me sister. Whoop whoop. You've hit 1 million. That's nice. Alright then, talk soon folks. Thank you very much for watching. I'm here, Paradise. I will do a separate vlog from today. I just wanted to get that out, what's happened, where I've been. I'm telling you now. Keep your fingers crossed for Friday.